Hey everyone, welcome back to Plays Casket with another episode of Your Turn. I'm not doing another solo episode this week. Ghost came back! Yay! Of course he's gonna be quiet. He's just sitting there staring. He's like, I was at the Bahamas and you had to summon me with a Ouija board. This is bullcrap.
No, he's crazy. I'm not here right now.
So, Ghost is back. He's We've just been posting some backlogged casket talks, and I've been kind of manning everything since then, so now we're back kind of on our regular to-do schedule, which is pretty good. We're going to be doing some more casket talks going in the future. We're going to start posting more of those, so, you know, some more evergreen content for people to actually listen to. Those stuff will usually get released on Thursday nights, and if we ever get to our Your Turns, we would do those on Tuesday mornings. So, you know, that's kind of the rough idea that we want to go ahead and schedule, but outside that, we'll probably break that down a bit more on, like, mines and our community posts and stuff like that a bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of Your Turn, which is just more rumors. Just rumors, more rumors. Not even Pokemon ones, so that means this Your Turn is not going to last for, like, 30 minutes.
Well, it's been pretty crazy about, like, our releases too, because everything's coming out now for
the holiday season's gonna get pretty nuts. We got what? Mario Wonder, Mario RPG, Starfield, and I'm just talking about, like, just in general, like, things that people in general are hyped for. I'm not hyped for Starfield, but I can still acknowledge that thing's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I can read, actually.
Starfield has 140 gigabyte download. I'm not doing that. I'm not, like, I'm not selling my terabyte space like real estate, dude. Like that I'd rather have like 100 1 gigabyte indies than just one 100 gigabyte game.
No, okay.
Like,
but you could pre-install it now.
No, I don't want to pre-install it at all. Like, but no. So big games are, like, over the horizon for just about literally every system. So
there's gonna be a hidden $60 or 60 gig update. Just you guys wait.
Day one update. Yeah, I guarantee you, dude. 60 gig day one update to fix all the weird cross eyes or something like that. It's gonna be weird. They're gonna be like You're gonna be downloading like raw music videos, like just pure raw ones, like. Even like DJs are like, man, damn, that's more raw than I can use. Like you're gonna be downloading stuff in bitmap. I assure you. So, but yes, there's gonna be plenty of stuff going on with releases this next year, and we'll probably kind of run down a couple. But you know, maybe we can do some quick reviews and flash reviews and stuff like that. That would be pretty interesting. But yeah. Outside that, there is rumors that Nintendo's not done yet. Nintendo has a history of releasing a Nintendo Directs in the month of September, and in fact, they've only ever missed it since 2012. Only missed it twice, and it hasn't been recent that they missed it. In fact, from my understanding, like looking through everything, the only time they've ever really missed one that wasn't a huge thing was September of 2015. There's been ones that even had two different Nintendo Directs. So obviously, like the one when they had the announcement for Wonderful 101, they had the traditional one, and then they had the follow-up to it with just a dedicated version of the Wonderful 101 and covering it. I do think we're going to probably get something kind of like that. We're probably going to get a Direct that's going to be kind of focused on a game that's coming out. I think we're going to probably see a cover letter type of update for Super Mario RPG. Kind of tell us all the weird new changes that people did, kind of like analyze the trailer from and stuff. So there's that.
What's going to be coming out this holiday, though? Or what's left?
So we have Mario Wonder that's coming out in October. We have Sonic Superstars, which is coming out for October, which is also very, like, everybody's very actually excited about it. We do have, for Nintendo, we also have a Mario RPG. And, you know, let me take a look. I think there's one more thing in September, or December. I mean, not September, December. And that I'm completely forgetting as soon as I was talking about it. So, yeah.
I think one thing I think they're going to do is either... Because, like, they announced most things that will be coming out this holiday. And I think the big reveal they're going to do, I have a feeling, is going to be the Switch Pro. You see that?
I'm not seeing. Nope. I'm not seeing a Switch Pro.
Or actually, not holiday bundles where we'll get like a limited edition.
You know, I honestly
December
I think
one.
that is far more. That is going to be far more likely. I feel like we're probably going to finally get Switch bundles. I'm not, and for a lot of people who own a Switch of some kind, that this is going to be next to nothing. But I think this is going to be finally like the cream of the crop type of thing, like kind of top. You know, finally pushes them to finally buy the system, and pushes them finally to eclipse the PS2 lifetime sales with the Switch.
I'm still holding the line. I'm still holding the line for a good Switch. I don't know which one I want though. Because like the Monster Hunter ones look okay. Because it's just the Joy-Cons though, wasn't it? And then I have
the Monster Hunter one. Yes, the Monster Hunter one only had the Joy-Cons, and then the dock looked different. That was it. Like, and I think a lot of the problems I've had with a lot of these like limited editions is that the Switch itself doesn't have any changes to it, which kind of boring.
Yeah.
I think it was only the Splatoon 3, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and the Zelda one, like the OLEDs. All had one that actually had the back of the actual Switch.
Yeah.
Actually printed on and stuff.
The Smash one was so boring. They could have done. They could have done so much cooler.
I'm still upset that they didn't do a gold one for Zelda, of any Zelda. Just imagine just having one with just the gold dock. I was like, fuck yeah, you know, like, but well, I don't know what their problem is. This is like, I'm a marketing genius, guys. Like, no, but it does look like, looking at this list, it does look like Baton Kaitos is coming out in September 1 and 2 as a collectible.
Oh shit!
So RPG fans like Kevin Street, I'm talking to you. You got some stuff at least. You know, I'm sure that stuff's releasing on the PS4 as well.
The music is cool as shit,
dude.
It's such good music.
So they're not going to bring over the the English voice actors.
Okay. Or
the voice acting, and I'm kind of hurt by that.
It is so bad.
I don't care. I genuinely don't care, because the only reason why I think I will miss it because is Mizuti's like weirdly uncanny voice was like the only thing that resonates in the back of my head.
No,
like it just sits there in the back of my head, and like I don't remember how the other voices were. And honestly, I when you have old games, I think you should still keep like the old voice acting. And I understand there's contracts and stuff like that convolutes it and makes it kind of complicated to make. I understand that, but there's stuff out there that like even if they give me like Goku's voice, for instance, like, I cannot not hear Goku's English voice actor.
Yeah,
because it sounds grown up.
Yeah,
like people are gonna probably use AI for Goku's voice actor going forward to be just like the Japanese one, and it just that high pitch. I'm like, no one's gonna take him seriously here.
Yeah,
like let's be real, no one's gonna take him seriously here. Like it's that roar, that grunt, that little gravelly voice and stuff in him, and like like there's enough in there that like it's gonna be very weird to try to do, you know. But anyway, continue banging on the list. Detective Pikachu is coming out in October. Disgaea 7 is a tactical RPG that comes out in October. We got Mario Wonder coming out in October. Sonic Superstars coming out in October. We got the Metal Gear Solid Collection-ish is coming out in late October. We got the Square Enix Star Ocean Second Story Remaster coming out in November. Persona 5 Tactics in November. Super Mario RPG in November. Supposedly we're finally getting Hollow Knight 6th song, but I think that's going to be in 2024.
That's a huge bottleneck for like a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah, no, seriously. Suikoden's going to get a remaster getting released in December. Dragon Quest Monsters getting released in December. SteamWorld Build's getting released in December, supposedly. I heard it's getting a delay as well. But it doesn't look like we're getting a December release. But that does tell me that the September would month of September Direct would actually be beneficial for them.
Okay.
Or at least beneficial to announcing that. They could easily announce something like they did with was it Everybody 1-2 Switch? They just kind of announced it like it's out next week, guys. So go ahead and get it. So there's that, I guess. You know. So, yeah.
Should have been an email.
It basically should have been an email. Thanks, Pokemon. But man, we were way wrong on that one too. But so we have not looked at any of the rumors about what should be on that September Direct. Now, usually with September Directs, Nintendo announces stuff that goes into March, basically March, April, springish time. Usually announce some, like highlight some new, new stuff that we'll probably see, like kind of like a highlight with Mario RPG or Mario Wonder, like about the details of the new power-ups and stuff. That's to be expected, right? Especially since we don't know much about Mario Wonder at all, you know. So they'll probably tease some characters. They'll probably tease the power-ups and stuff, and maybe some of the story. And then they'll probably announce like whatever holiday game they plan on having in December, if they even have one. They usually do. There's been rare times that they don't. This could be one of them. And they'll tease stuff going into the next year. We haven't heard anything from Intelligent System stuff on all that as well.
Aren't they going to announce Pokemon?
There's a possibility that could. Okay. They have teased Pokemon on a Nintendo Direct, but they've primarily always announced stuff on a Pokemon announcement. But Pokemon Directs, like the stuff that has happened before, the Pokemon Directs have been kind of hit and miss with that. Sometimes they've even announced and teased Pokemon games all on their own. Because let's be honest, $1.4 billion company a year, they can literally announce anything at any given time.
Yeah.
Like, it's Pokemon. Even if we don't like it very much, even if we feel like it's dude, that stuff makes money, and there's way too many people on it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like, they just finally announced the, Hong Kong's gonna have the complete versions with the, DLC on the card with Scarlet and Violet. Perfect. I'm gonna be buying that because that sounds like that's gonna be the ones that don't have the weird graphics bugs.
Okay.
So sounds perfect for me, honestly. You know. So there is that, but I do believe they could easily. Honestly, I could even believe that they can tease that in October. You know, in the middle of October, just a Pokemon announcement. You know, people are gonna be like just blow their gaskets on it, right? So there is that, but I do think a September one, I think, is going to be late September, just before the Tokyo Game Show. The Tokyo Game Show happens in the last week of September or so. And I think they're going to be a little bit before that. They're probably going to announce like a holiday thing. It's probably not going to be all that exciting. It's going to be like one of those like, oh yeah, like, you know,
wrapping up the year
pretty well, but it's not going to be like a bomb. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't forget to buy your December shit.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those where everyone's still buying Zelda right now. Dude, Zelda went back to #1 in the UK sales. How do you do that in a place where PlayStation's name just dominates? You just have to be like, is it on PlayStation? I'll buy that. You know, like that's very telling of how impactful this game is, right?
Yeah.
They could even be like Zelda $60 in December and just like burn all through all the other stuff, right? So there's that. I do think that like those are like really safe bets, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you kind of expect that's reasonable going into the spring that you think that Nintendo would probably be announcing?
Nah, not really. I mean, unless it's like E3, I can't think of anything else that they'll bring out.
Well, they've announced major things before. They've announced like Luigi's Mansion 3 in a September Direct before, and it didn't get released until October that next year.
Oh, okay.
So there is big ones. It's not always a banger. You know?
The only thing I can think of is like
a lot of people will not be able to shake off the Super Mario RPG. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, they better be announcing a sequel already. You know, like that. Like it's gonna be compared to just that announcement that it just. Everything's gonna suck in comparison. Okay. So a lot of these people are like, oh my god, well Gino needs a new RPG too. Otherwise this is a crap, whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I think of is like console bundles, either that paired with the game or like some special edition console.
I could see them doing something like that. They'll finally probably like announce a
Super Mario RPG console.
I could see them doing that, but I think it would be far too soon far too late to do that by the time they actually come around with it.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But anything else? Like, what about spring? What do you think they might be announcing in spring? Like, what something that you're like, oh, I can see them kind of announcing just before like their fiscal year end.
Probably the Switch Pro.
You really think they're gonna release the Switch Pro this late?
It's coming. They're gonna do it or at the very least, like maybe their sales are just doing so good. They're like, okay, we can hold until the sales kind of like dive a little, and then we could release the Pro. But
I see that. I could see them just kind of holding off to it because why release something that would cannibalize your own system stuff?
Yeah.
Right. And I think them releasing a Pro would have been right around when they released the OLED.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure because, dude, they're selling they're like selling gangbusters now. Like, I don't see them needing a Switch Pro, even though there's rumors and leaks of a PS5 Pro finally being made. Do you not know how stupid that sounds when you're already struggling trying to get those systems on the market to begin with?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's a really stupid way to work around, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. A Switch Pro would have sounded better if it was released earlier. I think 7 years in, I don't think they're going to be releasing something like that again. Like, it's going to be really hard to do unless they plan on delaying a potential Switch 2 announcement by another couple years.
Yeah.
Like, but even then, announcing it now with their momentum right now, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the timing would just be off. But I do believe, like, I agree. Like, when the sales start to slump, I'm pretty sure they're going to be like, Switch Pro.
Yeah.
And just sell more.
I'm pretty sure they have all the stuff.
Because they got the Lite and the OLED and the Classic all at once right now.
Yeah. I think they have all the materials ready. They could probably hold off as long as they need to. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see that. Is there any games that you might see into the next year?
I don't know. Like, I'm just excited for, like, there's so many good stuff coming out right now. I can't think of anything ahead of time.
Right.
Because, what is it? Armored Core just came out. Payday 3 is coming out soon. And then Starfield. I'm really hyped for Starfield. But I can't think of anything else I really want or am hyped for in the future right now. So.
Right. Well, is there anything you would want in the spring? Like, say, like, you're done with the Starfield. Like, you know what? I'm pretty good. I want to take a break. And then, like, you turn around to play Switch. What would you want to play Switch on? Like, what would you hope to see into the spring? Like, December into the spring.
God, anything from Vanillaware. Like, we're getting there. We got 13 Sentinels. Right?
We got 13 Sentinels, but that's because of Sega. I think Sega owns that IP.
Okay.
So
well, I think
that.
they're part of Atlas now, too. Atlas also publishes for Vanillaware. So, we could see... Because I really want Dragon's Crown and Odin Sphere. Jesus Christ, it's been like 12 years now.
The most recent release they did was Grim Grimoire.
Yeah.
So there's that too. And that was published by Nippon Ichi.
Yeah, so they got their foot through the door, so we'll see what Sony wants to do with Dragon's Crown and
well, Sony wouldn't need to do anything with it. Sony doesn't have any control over it.
So. I hope so.
No, they don't have anything. Like though it would have probably been smart for them to have control, so they ought to have something to buy for the PS5. Instead of more Miles Morales, which isn't Spider-Man. Ooh, see, you guys went there. No, like, there's that, so.
Other than that, yeah. I can't think of anything else I really, really, really want right now. Like, Switch gets everything, so I'm just like... What was it? I'm not too worried about the Switch because it gets everything, so I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Well, you know what's really funny? You know what's really funny is, like, I've had these arguments before. These people are like, oh, yeah, the Switch ain't getting this XYZ modern game that just released on the PS5. Suck it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude... Not many people are actually enjoying that game right now. Like, why are you trying to be like, well, at least it's not on the Switch? Like, that is a dumb argument when your game's already crap.
Yeah.
You know, like, kind of worry about the fact that you need to be enjoying the game. Yeah. You know? Like, what was it? Diablo 4 was one of them. It's like, oh, yeah, you know, Diablo 4 is on the systems. Too bad Switch can't get it.
It doesn't even run on the PC.
I'm like, dude, it's having issues across the board right now. Yeah. Like, why would you even try to make that argument? Like, what? That's like, fix the game to make me jealous of that first. It's not even, you know?
Technically, it's not even on the PC because it can't even run them.
Yep. There's not even an offline mode, dude. I'm kind of upset by that. I'm genuinely upset by that. So, but it's like those arguments, right?
Yeah.
Like all these modern releases, like I I have not had any hype. You've been more hyped for a lot of these modern releases than I have. Like, I've been loving more indie stuff. Like, I've been playing Frogun. I've been kind of watching, what is it, Photogeist. Like, I've mentioned these guys before, and I went back to Dead Cells again. I've just been playing Dead Cells a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I've been enjoying, like, that stuff just feels good, and I'm just excited for more of that, you know? Like, I can't find myself excited. Oh, pardon me. Can't find myself excited for like these major major AAA releases. Like, I just can't. Like Starfield, I'm not gonna download 100+ gigabytes for something like that. Same with Mortal Kombat 1. Same with like Street Fighter 6. I don't really have any interest in. You know, for some reason, I'd be more excited for Street Fighter 4 being ported. I don't know why. Street Fighter 6 does not sound very exciting to me. And then we have Tekken 8 coming out next year, you know, and people are getting hyped for that. That would probably be really cool to watch if you're into Evo and stuff, but for me, I'm not interested. Like, it's not exciting, you know? Whereas, like, if they port over Tekken Tag from, like, the Wii U and stuff to Switch, I'd buy it again. For some reason, it was just... the wackiness of it was just hilarious, and I enjoyed it, you know? So it's one of those situations where I'm like, I honestly, like, their older games, I'm more excited about. Hell, when Gamescom just came through, they announced a bunch of games, and people were like all like passive about it. Like, almost all of it was passive, and people were like, whatever. The only games that I was excited about is Grime 2 got announced, which is awesome because Grime 1 was kind of crazy. And what was it? Wow, it just escaped my mind. Wow, they're never. You know what? I don't need that idea anymore. We're gonna come back to that when it happens. But it was just a couple indie games that the Switch is gonna get. That's it. You know, like the Switch is gonna get it a little later, but they're still gonna get it.
No, okay.
Like, it's just okay. You know.
Well, it's kind of funny that most things that we talk about, like, we just want ports and we're not excited for anything new to come to Switch.
Hell,
because
Knife Dive Studios doing all those old ports from like Turok and stuff. They announced Turok 3 too.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't. I don't think it was at Gamescom. They just kind of announced it as, like as an aside, and I was like, yeah, but where's Rage Wars? Like, you know, like, I am ready for that. For some reason, I'm more hyped for Turok 3 coming back, even though it's not the best one out of them all. It was 2, and I already have it, so awesome for me.
The 360 one, yeah.
The 360 one, no. That doesn't exist. But yeah, like stuff like that. Like, I'm just waiting for, like, they even announced Dark Forces for Star Wars, the Star Wars Dark Forces one. Like, all right, any minute now, I'm gonna get Shadows of the Empire. Very nice. You know?
Battlefront, that'd be sweet as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Disney's gonna let it go. So,
I mean, they're behind the Dark Forces ones and stuff too. So, you never know.
See. I would love to see
they literally just released Republic Commando last year, and they're releasing Dark Forces this year. Dude, how is it that, like, it's hard to kind of imagine them not wanting to do Battlefront at least.
I don't know, maybe they want you to buy the new shit because they have to sell enough copies to recoup. So,
do you not know how many people are still not going to buy it anymore?
I know. So,
like, it would be easier to just recoup the costs of 2 by just porting 1. You know, like, honestly, like, that's just how it's going to be. Like Nintendo losing money on Sushi Striker, so they just release another Mario game. You know what I mean? Like, they're never going to be able to recoup that loss. So, but yeah. So as far as what I would like to see, going back to our predictions, because apparently we like to derail. What I would like to see is at least something F-Zero, a port, a tease of the new game, or something at that point. I would like more F-Zero.
Yeah.
I'm fine if I can't get GX as a port. Give me X as like an updated port. I don't want the Nintendo Switch Online nonsense. I don't want that. I want a like hard copy remaster of like F-Zero X or something. Do that for me.
If you can't get the original music team, does it even count? It's nothing.
No. Liars. Lies and lies. The music didn't make that game.
Yes,
it made
did.
the arcade. That's all it is. That's all that it was. People were just like sitting there walking by the arcade, and they start just jumping and bumping. Like, oh shit, I might need to play this game. Oh, hang on, you know, and they just dance over there, kind of like as if they're like playing DDR or something like that, and hop in that game and just like play it. They're dancing around like Ben Stiller or something like that. Anyway, that's all I want. Literally, like. What I predict, though, we're probably going to get, like, another Wii U port, so we're probably going to finally see, like, Star Fox Zero finally repurposed for the Switch. And let's, like, finally clean that up. And or they'll probably even announce Xenoblade X Offline. So it's a single-player game. Can't play it with your friends and stuff. I think they're going to just get rid of that just so they can finally put it out on the Switch and make money from it. Which, honestly, that'll still sell, though. Yeah. That'll sell a very, very lot of money.
Well, I did really like X. X's are nice. I just hate the whole insurance thing. I kind of hated that.
Well, a lot of people, for some reason, love X more than they love, like, the traditional, like, main core storyline. And, yeah, so I could see the people just like, all right, here it is. Let's make some money off of that real quick. And I could see them just, like, wrapping that up, like, for the next year. And then, yeah, that's basically all I can predict on that. Anything else you want to talk about as far as the predictions for this potential, maybe kind of sort of Nintendo Direct that kind of may or may not happen?
Yeah, I guess I would say X, but Xenoblade X would be nice. But I'm not holding my breath. Yeah. I don't think they.
It's a kind of a toss up for me. Yeah. It's either Star Fox Zero or it's going to be Xenoblade X. It's going to be like the last Switch port from the Wii U.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm still waiting for them to port like Ever Oasis from the 3DS back when it was on a decline. Just give me Ever Oasis or something like that, you know, or Codename Steam. So, but outside that, let's go ahead and move on to the other topic that we were talking about. That actually, it wasn't such a big issue until you start like digging past the layers of it. And you start realizing a lot of really bad stuff that's going on with like the fear of artists getting replaced by AI. So, Fallout is getting a TV series, I believe, or like a mini-series on Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of released a weird like placard. So basically, when you go on Amazon Prime and pull them up, you get this little banner that kind of teases the thing, has the logo and stuff like that, right? And they made this placard with AI art, and it shows a lot. Mm-hmm. It's very uncanny. And a lot of these artists are upset because that was a potential job that they lost, even though none of these people would have gotten that job to begin with. None of these people would probably have wanted that job to work underneath two companies that they already hate because of all the toxicity that they make, right? So they're basically just being angry for being angry. Now, my theory, when I meditated on this and stuff, I think that Bethesda and Amazon did this on purpose for people to talk about it. I really think a lot of people who got upset over this wouldn't have talked about it otherwise. In fact, it probably wouldn't even been mentioned.
Because what was the last thumbnail that you saw that you're like, oh, I gotta look up who this artist is?
Yeah. Or a photographer, like, oh my god, oh wow, I need to see this. This looks so great. You have never seen that ever. Like, who's ever talked about it?
But because it's done by an AI.
Yeah. And the only reason.
Grab your pitchforks.
Yeah. And so I'm laughing at it because I feel like it's a losing battle for the artists. And one of the reasons why I believe that is because even if they rally behind them and they're like, all right, you need to get rid of this, and they finally win, right? All right, we toss it away. It's to the side. Boom, gone. Then what? Are they going to be forced to hire an artist? Do they have to hire 50 artists to make one board? Or what's your winning goal? What is your stance? What is your hope on this victory? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they need to even hire somebody? Or are they just going to just use a still of like when they pan over the city or something like that, use a still from the show and call it good? Because that would just make the same effect. And they would just carry on. And not only did you not win anything, you're also behind because you wasted energy on this. You even, like, there's nothing. You win nothing. This is not a hill for you to die on, you know? And I remember mentioning it, like, it was all over Twitter. I was like, so I made a comment about it. And dude, I got and I don't want to be in Twitter drama, you know? Like, I was just like, dude, if you look at it, it's a waste. And people are like, whoa, do I need to explain marketing to you? Sweetheart, I know marketing. The thing is, this has probably gotten them more marketing than you've ever thought about.
Yeah.
You know? And on top of this,
you're talking about
when they remove it and they add something else, what are you gonna do up? Oh my god, they used a picture from the movie. They should have hired an artist. Well, wouldn't that be an argument for quite literally every live action show out there now?
Yeah.
Do you want to be like, no, we need Stranger Things 5 to hire actual artists, not any of these stills. We need to be able to draw them. Like, what argument is this? This is a losing argument all around. This is not a hill to die on, because it's not going to get you anything. You know,
it's gonna happen. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
So, well, AI. Oh, okay. So AI is coming whether we like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the reason why I'm not too worried about it. Right? AI is programmed by people who are not creative, and therefore the program in of itself is inherently designed uncreatively. All right. So that means it has to use stuff that uncreatives have a similar thought process. Meaning, like, making a character out of a glass of water. You know, creatives can make a genuine, like, character representing that entire glass of water. Maybe the crystals kind of look differently, how, like, that's a reflection on their outfit or something to that point. Maybe the water flow is actually the body, and like there's something that can happen with inside a creative's mind, whereas AI will be like eyeballs and legs
and then arms
and arms. And like most of these uncreatives will probably do the same thing. You know, they'll make a cartoon variant of that thing, that glass of water.
Yeah.
You know? And there is a lot of people who call themselves artists when they just do the same thing over and over again with the same style, because that's all they know. Like, there's people out there who will do like this, you know, top down at an angle artwork where you see down a woman's blouse all the time, and the character always has that like over blushed faces. It's very anime, extremely wide, but her eyes are all glittered and sparkly, and there's like some sheen on the nipples or whatever, and it's always the same exact styling on every single character they make, and the poses never change really. Like, it's always slightly changed from the previous one, and they do it by hand, and people think, oh, they're artists. They can't make beyond that. That's not creative, right?
Yeah.
And there's a metaphor out there. Chefs were never worried about the machines that flip burgers for Burger King. But nobody who was burger flippers were calling them chefs either. You know?
But Paraka, we're artists. We're not chefs.
You're flipping pages, drawing the same garbage that the AI can do. If that's the problem, then that's a problem with your style and your willingness to grow. Like, literally, AI can only do enough things that exist. They have to use things to sample from that exists. They cannot create on their own. In fact, those who are truly creative, that can create something unique, like make a barbarian out of an inspiration from their dog, you know, they can create that. But if they have to use prompts, that will take them like 30 times longer than just drawing the barbarian, because how much more stuff they have to get them the sample from that they already have envisioned in their head. Like, AI is an uncreative tool to pretend to be creative for those who are not creative to begin with. It does not work in the realm of creativity, because actual creative minds will need to not worry about it, because it will never fully replace stuff, because how robotic and efficient AI has to be. It has to take the most efficient route to get you your results the most efficiently.
Yeah.
It'll always come up and it'll always burp out the same nonsense, right? So again, chefs were never worried about a flame-broiled burger flipper in Burger King replacing those who cooked at Burger King.
Yeah. Well, even
Simple
though, too,
as that.
I think they just use a machine now, too.
Yeah.
You lay the patties down and it just goes through the machine.
Yeah, that's the machine that they had. But even then, Taco Bell has a fully, like, in our state, there's already 2 fully automated Taco Bells. There's only needs to be a manager there, replacing like 4 other people.
And it still lines out the ass.
You know? Well, no, but that's the thing. Like, people are all like, "Oh, you know, are chefs going to bat for you guys?" No, they're chefs.
Yeah.
They know where to go when their quality of food is actually appreciated. These people who are creatives and who are artists need to do the same. Freaking out over AI tells me more about your faith in your style and your ability to draw than the AI's ability to mock it. Simple as that.
Until we can start getting nutrition paste.
Yeah.
Then the chefs will be really afraid.
Brush your teeth with a hamburger. But yeah, so, 35 minutes. Apparently, we didn't even need Pokemon for us to rant. So there's that. But we're gonna go ahead and rant. End here. Is there any other stuff you want to talk about at all?
No, that should be good.
Yeah. So I would like to thank you all for listening to us again on another episode of Your Turn, as well as always. Words are hard. If you like our content, always feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, make sure you talk about people about us if you do really enjoy us. And as always, we will see you on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.